Where do you see policy heading globally across economies, and any significant changes and those will they impact India also?
See, so good question, Shalini, because I think we have always looked at the correlation, what happens to global markets, and then probably the impact of that. In various acumens, we have already said that that correlation is now not as strong as it was before. We have seen a lot of correlation being broken. But specifically when talked about other markets, we believe that the pace of rate cuts now next year, like if you look at 2023, 24, 25, or largely 2024-25, we have seen rate cuts everywhere. Okay, I think the pace of rate cuts going ahead in global economies also will be significantly lower. Our assessment is that probably Fed might do a cut in this December policy, but it might sound as an hawkish cut. And incremental space from Fed also will be very, very limited. I think again when you talk about European central banks, except I think Japan central bank is already on the way to hike rates.
Yes.
European central banks also might not be, ECB also might not be able to cut much more from here. So our perspective is that 2026 is a year where large part of the central banks, including Fed, we will not expect too much of rate cuts. So our view is that probably Fed will at max cut two more rate cuts in the year 2026 and take the Fed fund rate in the band of 3.25 to 3.5. Again, when it comes to Japanese central bank, we don't expect too many hikes, but there is a possibility of a 50 basis hike there. So I think from a global macro backdrop perspective also, we don't anticipate too many rate cuts and we don't anticipate it impacting our bond market significantly.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.